El Jibarito sandwich, which is a Puerto Rican sandwich that consists of plantain. We don't use bread, we will use plantain, green plantain. And I'm going to show you how to create this delicious sandwich and also how to make sure the meat tastes delicious. I'm going to show you how to prepare that very briefly. And remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create. So the meat for the sandwich is very important. I have here a top round steak. It's beef. It's very thin. It's a thin cut. And what I did, I took about 2 or 3 pieces, maybe about 3 pieces, put in this container. I have my homemade adobo, which consists of salt. You can use any type of salt. I went with pink Himalaya salt. I got a little bit of smoked paprika, some black ground pepper, a little bit of turmeric, and I said truly a little bit. It's up to you how much you want to put, and a couple teeth of garlic. I love garlic, so I put a couple teeth. You have the option of using some oregano. I went with the thyme because I want to add some aromatics. And at the same time, I have some extra virgin olive oil and some vinegar because I want the thing to be tender when I'm cooking it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add all these ingredients. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Then I'm going to grab some oil. And you do this by eye. I would say this is about a tablespoon. Mix things up. Then you add some vinegar. This is about 5 cups. See how beautiful? And you let it sit. You can do this overnight, or you can do it now. In addition to that, some onions. This is optional, by the way. Add them there. And then you're going to go and mix them too. Get all those flavors together. This is going to be delicious. Put it aside. Once again, you can do this overnight, or you can do several minutes before. You know, 20 minutes, just to get the flavors going. Make sure this is out the refrigerator for at least 20 minutes too, by the way, because you want the heat to transfer nicely when you're cooking it. So you're going to need a green plantain. It has to be very green. Trying to get them big. And this one is white, which is preferable. But if you can't, and they're smaller or thinner, that's fine. You just have to play with what you got. About 3, I'm going to need 1. The reason I have extra is just in case this break down, because it can happen. You know, doesn't matter how many times you've done this. It can break when you're squashing it and doing the other part of the process. So cut it on the edges. You're going to make a little stab here, carefully. You can make another here if you want to. And you're going to peel it. Any excess leaf, cut it out. This one came out pretty clean. And what you're going to do, you're going to make an incision because you're going to cut this one in half. And frankly, to make things simple, because I'm not going to use the entire thing, I'm going to cut it this half, and then I'm going to cut it in half again here. Now you have 2 halves. Do the same with the other half. Here you have it. So I have a pan, I would say about 3/4 to an inch deep of oil. And I'm using vegetable oil. And I had the pan preheating for about 3 minutes and the heat is going to be medium, couple notches above medium. And you're going to add these babies. Be careful. You notice the handle? I put the handle away from me so that way accidentally I don't hit it. And you're going to fry them like you fry plantains, Fry them. This one are totally submerged, so I'm going to fry them for a few minutes until the color kind of change. And it depends of what kind of, pan and if you're using gas versus electric, so it could be 4 minutes, it could be 6 minutes. You just have to watch them. This one actually took about 3.5 minutes. See how nice looking color. So I'm going to get them out. I don't want them burned. Turn the heat off for now. So this part is very important. Don't wait for the plantains to get, to be outside after you fry them for too long. You want to take care of this, relatively quickly. So what I'm going to do, I have a strong surface. Look at this cutting board. You can use your table. I put some of this parchment paper so they don't stick. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab the plantain. And you can use a plate. I'm going to use this pan. And you're going to smash them. See how beautiful? This turned out perfect. And you do the same for the other ones. See how easy it came out from the paper? Relatively thick, nice. Now that you smash them, and once again, look at how beautiful this looks. Perfect, right? You're going to fry them again. I have a medium high. And I'm going to fry them for like 2 minutes. You want them relatively crispy. Couple minutes. I fry for about 1.5 minutes. They look nice and crispy. See how dark? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer them to a plate with a paper towel so the grease start dripping out. My goodness, this is beautiful. Don't you agree? Now let me show you how to prepare the meat. They're beautiful. So I'm preheating the pan because I want the heat to distribute nicely. And I have it about a couple notches. Let's call it medium high for now. This is going to cook quickly because they're thin. I don't even have to add oil because the oil is here. And I'm going to transfer this baby straight up. And you're going to make sure they're separated. Once again, this is going to cook quickly. See how beautiful. have to make sure you flip them so it cook on the other side. Doesn't take long. If it takes 2 minutes, it's a long time. I guess 2 minutes at the most. But the vinegar is keeping the thing from burning badly. They're ready to turn this up. Time to move them out. And now you're going to prepare this like you prepare a sandwich. And for me, it's simple. I have my meat with those onions. I have some lettuce. I have some tomatoes. I might eat some avocado. That's optional. And I might have the replacement for my bread, which is my plantains. Look how nice and looky they are. See? And they're not super crunchy because I don't want my teeth to suffer. So I make sure there were a little bit of softness to it. But you can make them super crunchy too. That's up to you. One thing some people use is, a mix of ketchup or mayonnaise and whatever, like they do a sandwich. I never eat that stuff. I don't need to because I took care of the flavors by making sure my meat flavor is enhanced to the maximum. And just put it together, that's simple.